Hey guys, what's up? It's your favorite hot girls. It's the Safe Word crew, and we're here with the
Random ass
impromptu
hot girl pop up.
random hot girl pop up. You know how we do. And we were just talking about harnessing your goddess energy and how understanding kink and how Safe Word, not to be biased, is a great way to get to know who you are, whether it's male or female, dom or stuff. It really gives you that understanding of who you are and how to harness it.
Okay, so here's a question for you.
Ma'am.
You're saying all of that, right?
Yes.
And somebody might think, okay, you're plugging Safe Word because you're on the show. Okay, you're plugging Safe Word because you're a piece of this show and you're trying to get promoted out there. You're trying to be seen. The show's trying to be seen. I want you to explain what you explained to me before we hit record on this, right? How Safe Word has changed your dynamic, or even me or Kane or Brother Remy, like how has it all helped you, or maybe not helped you, or what do you see? What's the differences?
So outside of being on Safe Word, I'm a creative, I'm a collective, and I have my own following. And I've always struggled with, even in my own professional performance career, trying to harness my sexy because it gets called out so much. And it's been almost stifling for my career in multiple aspects. So I've been on a long journey of, I've dabbled in stripping, I've dabbled in camming, I've dabbled in just exploring myself through my partner, but not having any guidance.
Right.
And I've done all those things to try to figure out where I fit in with myself. How do I want to harness my energy? How do I want to take it back in these situations? Because I've been through traumatic situations. So to bring it back, being on Safe Word, I have to do a lot of journalistic work. That's what I always say. Miss Orora hates it because she says, girl, you know more than you come off like,
yes,
girl, you put on. But I know that I've done these things, but this show gives me an understanding and a deeper dive into what the dynamic is and maybe what I may be going through to help me utilize and harness the pain I may have had in those situations, the confusion I've had. It really gives me clarity so I can harness my energy to be confident in how I'm presenting myself, my boundaries, recognizing flags, the diverse committee that we have here. Miss Orora, you grew up in a lifestyle.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up. I had a conservative household. Mr. Kane, he's, been on his shit, and he's very much so taught me a lot too. Mr. Remy, he has his, own perspective on things. But even his perspective teaches me maybe things I've seen that I don't like, or just different doms that I may not connect with by learning that information. So this
he's a very mental stimulation type, mental game, the mental head games, and you're more clear and concise. So here's a direct question for you. We talk about goddess training a lot. Okay, we talk about how you went through, when you first came on this show, I called you a baby dom. You called yourself vanilla. And yes, I might be a switch because sometimes I like to go into the submissive aspect or a domineering aspect, and you really didn't have the conceptualization of what it is to be dominant versus domineering,
right?
Submissive versus a sub. So what have you learned? Like, what is goddess training? What the hell is goddess training? For people that are watching, like, we keep saying goddess training.
I know.
What does that mean? What does it mean?
So goddess training is really sitting with a mentor, or, if you're vanilla, a tutor, someone who you're coming to with a specific problem. And within goddess training, you need to sit in where you feel like you need to strengthen, where you need to have understanding, and what you want to elaborate on. And within this goddess training, it's made me sit into what is my goal what is my goal for coming into my power? How do I want to harness that energy? Do I want to be domineering, or do I want to be submissive in how I address what I want to feel, what I want to encompass? So from goddess training, you really get to see which role you want to do, or which role you want to take on, but within power. So whether it's a sub, whether it's a dom, whether it's a switch, what your role is and you want to.
And let's take it a little bit deeper than that, okay? Because I mean, you could totally get goddess training and goddess energy and learn about yourself without stepping into the BDSM world, without labeling yourself as a dom, a sub, a switch, whatever the hell it is, right? So what does that look like for you? I mean, because you were a baby dom in training, but this whole time, little did Miss Sasha know she'd been going through some training. And she's been going through some training directly with me. You know, I've been mentoring her and taking her through the steps. So tell me, what kind of steps have you taken, or what have you realized? What's changed? What's different?
So within coming on this show, diving deeper into my psyche through kink and BDSM and understanding the different roles and the different categories and the different dynamics, I've started going to therapy so I can understand what I want to address, and it, you know, inspires me to do more training about myself outside of this role, because some of the things that I want to accomplish, I need some guidance to see what I want to accomplish so I can have some control in other aspects. You know, dealing with that trauma outside of scene instead of just in scene, definitely plays a role, and that's been helpful for me in goddess training, you know, sitting within yourself.
And we've been working one-on-one as well. So we have lots of conversations where we sit there and we talk just about, you know, your dating life, your dating perspective, who you deal with. Can you tell people a little bit about like where you were sitting before you came on SafeWord, okay? And, I mean, let's just be real. You've been directly working with me on a regular basis. Like we talk all the time, okay? I know the ins and outs and the workings, and you've been here and I've been there. You know, we've been together. It's been in person. So what was it like before you came on? And do you have a better communication stance? Who taught you that? Like, who taught you to step into that power? Who's taught, you know, like, and how was I like, here's what you do?
No.
You know?
So this has been a very, in my perspective, very compassionate guidance. It's been very much so an observation of social cues already to help elaborate on them or help get through blockages. So my blockage prior to my goddess training was being convenient, just being of service, just playing that submissive, I guess, pseudo role, not because I felt the need to do it or that person deserved it, but I knew that would get me what I wanted. As opposed to now, after goddess training and after targeting what I was missing in, I guess, my vanilla life, I know that I want power. I don't just want to get off physically. I want power, and I want power from that person, and I want to give power in an empathetic way, in a compassionate way. Doesn't mean I want to marry you, but it's definitely teaching me how to be more direct and to the point and not waste my time, not waste no one else's time, set a standard for myself and get to the point. It's helping me get to the point, so it's no time wasted.
So you would say that communication is a big basis. So
absolutely.
Right. So like for me, because I have been working with Miss Sasha, right? And I've been letting her figure out herself. Really, honestly, I'm just the guide. Everything that you need is right here. If you can learn to tap in with yourself without a guide, all your answers, all your questions.
Seek and you shall find. If you're in that headspace, you know, you can take mentorship from someone.
And so I've been walking her through the steps, but even for me, okay, I've been in this community for a very long time, but even for me, I've realized with even in my own dating world, my own dating aspects, that people don't communicate like I do. So something where I am very communicative. I'm somebody that's like, look, here's what's going to happen on the first date. If I go on a first date with you, I'm like, look, you ain't holding my hand. I ain't exchanging energy with you like that. I'm very comfortable in who I am, and I'm okay with saying no. You're not going to pressure me.
And you've definitely taught me to switch up that, because that's where I used to relinquish that femininity almost too quick, because I kind of wanted to get what I wanted. But now I'm learning to not just get what I want, or what I desire. It's learning how to get what I actually want.
Well, and
giving
sometimes, especially from the woman's perspective, a woman's point of view, you know, they will submit because they think that that's where they can, you know, like give up a little bit of power so that way I get something in exchange. When honestly, you have all the balls in your court. So here's the deal, walk into it and say what exactly is going down. And here's the deal, you've got to be comfortable and okay enough in your skin to know that if that person doesn't want to have that conversation, they don't want to communicate, or it's off-putting, let them walk away, because that's not something that you want to be in. Even in a vanilla relationship, we're not even talking about BDSM at this point, because I'm just going to take it from a very dating perspective. Let's say let's going on apps and we're going on a first date. I communicate very effectively and I tell you everything that I'm thinking. I don't give a shit if I just met you yesterday. I'm going to tell you everything that I'm thinking, and I'm going to be like, no, it's not okay to touch me on my leg. It's not okay to put your arm around me. We just met. Like, I know that's where you want to go, but if you want to go there, then you've got to work on connectivity with me. So, and even for me, I've seen that communication can be seen as off-putting, weird. Because people aren't used to communicating like that. Some people might find it refreshing and they're just like, oh my gosh, you just say everything that you think, and I know where I sit and I know you like me, but we got to have some space. Okay, I got to work up to that point. Cool. But a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, outside of the BDSM community where you are having to communicate, I bring that into everything that I do. I communicate.
And that's what I've definitely learned from your tutelage, you know, not to cut you off, but you've definitely shown me the difference of, I guess, just super vanilla and then the pseudo vanilla, and how people can feed into that pseudo vanilla, and just knowing your boundaries, setting that up front, and knowing that it's not wrong and it's not going to be for everybody, and it's okay if it's not for everybody. That's
right.
What
and let them walk away. Let them walk away, because here's the deal. It doesn't matter if that guy's attractive. It doesn't matter if that girl is so attractive. You just want them. Oh my God. Do not give up a piece of yourself in order to obtain something that may be unattainable or not right for you, because you're watering yourself down for another person. And
if you got to go home and second guess what you've just done or anything like that, or you feel questionable within yourself, maybe you even agreed with it, then it's not. No.
Right. It's a no. And so that's why we always sit here and say, and this is why I bring Sasha into these conversations all the time, because I'm sitting there going, you need to sit with yourself first. It's so important to sit with yourself first and understand what it is that you like, dislike, all of that, and then step into your power. And that's what I teach you, is how to step into that power and be okay with what it is that you like and you don't like, and communicate that. And if someone walks away from it, then that's fine. Let them walk away, because that's not somebody that you want to be dealing with in the first place, vanilla or otherwise.
So especially with trauma, because I know we've talked about that in our last Hot Girl pop-up. When you've had trauma, you really have to sit into that trauma. You low-key have to dissect it, even if you have to go to therapy. Just like I said, I've gone to therapy before I've gone into a scene or in a space to receive guidance. I had to understand what my traumas were and how they trigger me, so I can come into Goddess training and say, these are the things that I want to have more clarity on, how to not make those happen again, and how to keep myself out of being in these situations again. And Miss Orora, you definitely helped me, along with my therapy, be like, no, it's okay that you feel this way because of that. And this is how you can take it into scenes, since you feel like you're a switch. This is how you can take your power back, and this is how you can harness it. And you can have limits with it. You can have soft limits. There is a spectrum into your own healing within your practice. You may go to therapy, you may go to yoga. Some people need sexual healing, or that's how you get through your trauma. You go through stress. A lot of people want to get to dick when they go through stress. You know what I'm saying? But this teaches you how to do it appropriately. And even as a woman, I feel like I've misogynized men not being clear and not understanding what my triggers are. So I'm kind of like reenacting it on somebody else. So some of these conversations really help me realize that I do need Goddess training, because am I harnessing my power for good, my feminine power for good or bad? and it
Right. And are
helps
you
me.
hurting somebody else in the process of trying to heal yourself? You know what I'm saying?
Check this out.
That's not the way to go about it.
I've had men be like, damn, I feel like a bitch.
Right.
Like, I feel like you just used me and threw me out. I'm like, yeah, I just humped and dumped you. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's where it is. Yeah.
And that's
I've been in that space too. I've been in that space too.
And
but if you can learn from it, then
grown enough and I'm adult enough and able enough to drop my ego to say that that was not cool. That was not right. And I'm grown enough and I'm in a space enough where I've addressed it. And I don't feel like that's cool for a woman or a man to do. You're reenacting what your trauma is, or you regaining your power on somebody is not cool in any aspect. And I'm here to humbly say it's not cool.
Right.
You need to address your traumas and know what you want to address, so you can be like, even if it's chill and you're quote unquote vanilla, do you mind if I choke you?
Right.
While I'm riding you?
Right.
You don't even have to go, but you're asking boundaries, and maybe even to go to a step further than that. When you get comfortable enough in your kink or whatever, hey, I have this trauma I want to relive. You get more liberated the more you can talk about it.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Just make sure you're practicing with the right people, though.
Correct. Correct. That's the person appropriately and stuff, but definitely sitting in those things and addressing them prior to coming to training is imperative. I definitely encourage that. You don't have to just sit and meditate, pray on it. Have some guidance and structure to what you want to change and what hurts you so you can change it.
Right, exactly. And Miss Sasha can help you with those things too. She's been through the training. She's, she's got some relationship expertise going on. She's in the dating world. So if you wanted to know how to like navigate through this, I mean, Sasha would be a great person to reach out to. Reach out to me, reach out to Sasha.
Right.
Kane can help you, Brother Remy, maybe you might reach him.
Maybe he'll hear the phone.
Maybe he might wake up for that.
But Miss Orora, I have a question for you. With all your tutelage and experience, what has inspired you to want to guide or tutor women to be a better them?
Because I was in a place before I ever stepped into my power where I was watching everything around me take advantage of me. You know what I'm saying? Like I would just give and give and give and
that
give.
Goddess energy, just give it and submit.
Boundaries. And there's a point where you can't give from an empty cup. And I had to learn it on my own. I sat with myself. You'll hear about it in the Hot Girl pop-up where we have Miss Bloom on and we're interviewing her. That's a great live. Wait till
y'all need to go see it.
But in that, I explained that, there was a lot of, hey, I'm just giving and giving and giving and give, and the cup eventually empties. And so I had to sit with myself literally for 6 years.
Damn.
And every day I started out with 30 minutes of meditation and 2 hours for 6 years to learn who I was, to learn what I wanted to do, to learn how I needed to heal. Because I knew there was other people out there that probably are givers and fixers, because I'm a fixer. Yeah. If I'm coming with the problem, I'm going to be like, okay, all right, we're going to put...
I'm an oracle. I want to lead everybody to their best self.
To their best self.
But you can't if you're not your best self.
If you're not your best self, you cannot lead anyone.
So important.
And so I learned about myself. I stepped into this energy. I worked with other people. I realized that my work was helping people. It wasn't just playtime. Like, oh my gosh, I'm really helping people heal. And I was like, well, if I can do this on a small spectrum, why can't I do this on a bigger spectrum? Because I'm sure there's plenty of women out there that just give and give and give. We as women are nurturers. That's what we do. Or suppress, right.
Damn.
Just hold on to it. Like, I can't say nothing. He's paying the bills. I got to be quiet. When
no one will believe me. No one will hear me. No one cares.
And when you step into your goddess power, you step into your goddess energy, you learn how to communicate effectively, at least for yourself, even if somebody else isn't going to be receptive to it. But you know that you've communicated effectively to a level of where you're sitting, so that that person understands where you're sitting. How they receive it is on them.
Right. And learning that that's not bad. That doesn't make you difficult. It don't make you no bitch. It don't make you sedity. It makes you valuable. Yeah. And if someone can't see that you're putting
your worth,
a high price tag on a YSL bag or Louboutins, you don't need to be purchasing them.
Right.
And
Here's the
carry
deal.
yourself in the same manner.
Here's the deal. Here's my saying.
Shit, sorry y'all. I didn't mean to get started with y'all, but yes.
No, I love it. Here's the deal. Here's my saying.
Love y'all.
Know your worth. Know your worth. Then add tax. That is the basis of my goddess training. Know your worth.
Here, you need to be here. If your friends give you here with you, whoever else should be exceeding the expectation because you set the bar.
Yep.
And that's fine.
Yep. And you're okay in that. And you can do it in a very feminine way. You don't have to be aggressive. You don't have to be, okay, we're Black. Okay. You don't have to be the angry Black woman to show that you have your power, to show that you are in control of who you are. You don't have to go to that space. You can still be a very feminine woman, still very respectfully go, okay, well, I understand where you're coming from, but that's not where I'm coming from. That's not where I vibe. And here's the deal. These are my boundaries and I'm not crossing those limits. So if that's what you want to do, that's okay. Go ahead.
And bringing them up, you're going to be pegged as, let's just call a spade. Being ethnic, being brown, being a Black woman, you're going to be looked at as adverse or combative or you got an attitude. It is okay if someone cannot perceive your boundaries. That does not make you wrong. That does not make you aggressive because you can politely say, oh, you don't have to. You know, when we get to a better place, maybe we can do that. Oh, damn, you got to be so aggressive. Oh, you know, you could tactfully address everything and it does not make you any less than. It doesn't make you negative at all.
Right, exactly. And so I just wanted to come on here real quick, do a little quick hot girl pop-up, give you guys a little background on Miss Sasha because Miss Sasha likes to tell she's a journalist. No, she a freak, okay? And she does
whatever. And we got some background out of Miss Orora too because she really showed her clients to her side.
Yeah.
Got some background. That's good.
Right. Well, and I think this was an amazing live. We'll have it up here for you guys very shortly. And if you're watching it now, thank you for watching. And be making sure that you're staying tuned because we do have an interview with a sound healer coming up here with Miss Bloom. And Hot Girls brought on a girl that does sound healing with the bowls, the whole night. She's going to break it down for you. She's going to explain how she does heal people and releases those bad energies from your cellular.
Those blockages, those
chakras, you know? She's going to align all that for you. We're going to give you her contact information. So if you need
the link will be below.
Yep. Yeah. It'll all be below.
And don't forget to like and subscribe. And
don't forget to reach out. Don't forget to reach out. If you want goddess training, Sasha and I will be putting together a package and we will be offering up a goddess training for our fellow females. Like women, reach out. Let's do this. Let's step into our power. Let's know who we are. And let's not be, you know,
shy about it.
Like, let's not concede and recede into ourselves for someone else.
And reach out to us on our Patreon. Get the ball rolling. Reach out to us on Instagram and we'll definitely tell you, you know, where to go. If you want a certain tutor, you want Miss Orora to give you some goddess training, please reach out to us on Instagram so we can link you up with the right professional to help guide you through whatever you need help with.
Right. And who knows, stay tuned because we may be doing some stuff where we're traveling and doing this in person.
Again.
Yes, traveling, doing it in person. So if you're wanting some goddess training, you're wanting some one-on-one work, you're wanting both of us to work with you, you want a convention, let us know, reach out. Because we are willing to come and do those kinds of things with you guys and really let you step into your own energy, learn who you are and not ever apologize for who you are. Okay. We love you. This is a judgment-free zone. And we just like to bring you guys information and help you grow, flourish, learn, you know? So that is it for Hot Girl Pop-Ups tonight. But we love you. We will be back. You stay in tune because you never know when we're going to pop up. All right. Bye.
Bye, guys. Have a good one.